We live in a spot where there's airplanes. 7-4. Ow. Watch it. I like wouldn't fit. Okay, I'm ready.
Hi friends! Hope you guys enjoyed last week's video of our taste testing. I know we did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was really, really good, and I know we're gonna do another round of taste testing, so stay tuned for another video on that. So we're gonna have another video of like more taste testing cakes, and then another video on taste testing and picking our actual menu for our wedding. So like the appetizers, the entrees, the desserts, etc. in December. So that'll be fun. But in today's video, we're going to tell you how we picked our photographer and what we were looking for in a photographer and videographer, and just kind of like my process. I knew from the beginning that if I was going to invest in anything, it was going to be a photographer and a videographer. I didn't care, well, that's a lie. I did care how much it would be, but it was an area where...
Of importance.
Yeah, it was an area of importance where I would have spent more if needed. So, yeah, it was hard. I felt like this was my hardest decision when we were first making decisions. I struggled with this honestly because I'm very particular with photos and videos, that I wanted to find somebody that was exactly what I was looking for, but also on my budget, and that was the hard part. I found a lot of really good photographers that I really liked, but the budget was absolutely insane, and I feel like my budget was like a happy medium. Like, it wasn't crazy expensive, but it also wasn't on like the cheap end. Yeah, so my budget for photography and videography, I did not want to spend more than $5 grand for a photographer and a videographer. And most videographers that I looked at charged just like straight $4 to $5 grand themselves. And when I started realizing the price point that a lot of the people, I guess, I don't know how I want to word this. When I started realizing like my taste and my price point with the photographers and the videographers that I looked at, I started to get really disappointed. Like, I remember I was like,
yeah, I remember that. Oh
my gosh, this sucks. I'm not going to be able to find somebody I like. I'm not going to be able to find somebody to capture our wedding exactly how I want and to be a good price, you know? Like, I don't want to spend an arm and a leg for that, but at the same time, I kind of will.
Yeah, because it shows just like all of your memories and everything on that night, because you're not going to be able to see everything.
Right.
So like the videographer, I was talking to a friend, he said that was like one thing that he wishes he had, because he didn't have it in his.
Really?
Because they took pictures, and obviously pictures are great, but like the video, like that captures like literally everything during the wedding.
Yeah. So anyway, that area was super, super, super important to me. And honestly, the way I found photographers and videographers is I Googled and I Instagrammed a ton. And I asked for a lot of recommendations from people, friends, anybody in the area that I could think of that would have an idea of photographers or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what else to say. I Googled.
Instagram's huge.
Oh, and I used the Knot. The Knot app was really helpful in finding photographers and videographers like in my area specifically that does like weddings. And Instagram was huge, yeah. Like hashtags of my location, of my venue, things like Ohio photographer, wedding photographer, or Ohio wedding photographer. That was really helpful. And then I just started getting quotes from people, and if their price point was way higher than what my budget was, or that I was willing to spend, I just asked them if they had any recommendations or any friends in the same business that would be able to provide me the services at a better price, honestly. And most of them did give me other recommendations, and some of them just said, you know, I don't know, maybe we can talk about the budget further, etc., blah blah. So
and that's difficult too, because they don't want to like give their business away. So
yeah.
And it's good for us too, because they could give us a better deal at the same time.
Yeah, so for the videographer part, after getting about 3 or 4 quotes from videographers in the area that I really liked, and them being just way too expensive, I recalled my really good friend's wedding a couple of years ago. Her video for her wedding was awesome, and the guy that did her wedding, we knew. I cheered in college and he also cheered in college, so we have a lot of the same friends and connections. So I immediately thought, oh, this is perfect. Let me ask her for his contact info, and then I'll just reach out to him directly to see what he can offer, because I know her budget was very similar to mine. And I sent him a message on Instagram and told him, you know, I'm getting married on this date, this is what I'm looking for, like what can you offer me? And he gave me all the information that I wanted and some examples that he's done in the past that I really liked, and I ended up just working out that we found somebody that I knew that does really great work for a decent price. And I think his price point was so good for his qualities because he was, I don't want to say just starting out in the videography business, because he's really good at videography and has a ton of, has a really good portfolio, but
he's new to the scene.
Yeah, he just graduated college and like you said, yeah, is new to the scene and trying to like build his portfolio, build on weddings, etc. So
he's trying to build his reputation too. So like,
yeah,
if he's gonna have a little bit lower price, he's gonna get more, you know, clients on early, and then once he builds a client base and like following, then he can obviously raise his price if he wants to.
Right.
And that helps him and us at the same time.
Yeah. So for the videographer, it was actually really nice. He allowed us to kind of add on whatever we wanted. Like, he didn't have hard packages that we had to stick by. He was very flexible in if we wanted to do our vows over the video, or music over the video, or maybe a drone of the venue. Like, we could just add on and do that. So that was awesome. And then, yeah.
Got the pick and choose.
Yep. And then, yeah, I just wanted to find a videographer that you could feel the emotion through the camera, that was very natural, captured all the little details, and then also like the fun of the wedding. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what we did. So,
goes the time.
So, drum roll please. The videographer that we went with for our wedding is Holland Videography, and yeah, I will link him down below, so you can check him out. Anyway, okay, and then for a photographer, I first thought about what I wanted in a photographer, because photographers have their own style, their own theme, etc. And when I'm looking at you know, photographers, I can easily eliminate photographers just by considering what I'm looking for. So I knew I didn't want a photographer that had like a hard theme to it, meaning I didn't want our photos to have like an orange strong hue to them, or like a dark exposure or anything like that. I really wanted our photos to be clear, crisp, clean, nice and bright.
Light, bright, and
yeah,
natural.
Yeah, natural. I feel like that's a good word.
Like a natural light to it.
Yeah, I didn't want like a preset or anything,
or like tinted anyway, like,
yeah, like just
like
no theme.
Contrasty or something.
Yeah, no theme on any of the photos. So that eliminated a lot of the photographers that I looked at. And then from there, I kind of just started calling again to see which packages fit best for me, which photographers fit in my budget, etc. And I finally found a photographer that was absolutely amazing. Her photos were absolutely breathtaking. They were nice, clean, clear, crisp, light and bright, and captured really good moments, I'd say.
Yeah.
Like I just remember when I was looking at her portfolio on her website, I was like, wow, these are really good wedding photos. And then when we reached out and we talked over the phone and she provided me her packages and her budget, I was like, yes, this is right in my budget. You're really, really kind, and
very
your work
friendly and open to pretty much whatever.
Yeah, and your work is amazing. So let's do this. And we found a photographer, and her name is Lauren Lee Photography. And again, I will link her down below. And we went to Ohio a couple weeks ago. No, a week ago?
Last weekend? No, it was 2 weekends ago.
We went to, yeah, so we actually went to Ohio 2 weeks ago to just be with family, and we were able to meet up with her and do a complimentary engagement session. And then here's a clip of our photographer just kind of talking about what she, or why she got into the wedding business and why she enjoys photography and all that jazz. So,
kind of like her journey into it, I guess.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi.
Hi everyone. This is our wedding photographer.
Hi, I'm Lauren Lee Photography. I'm based in Columbus, Ohio, but I have the pleasure of going to Gervasi for Alexis and Tyler's big day, and I'm super excited. It's going to be absolutely beautiful, and they are a very fun-loving couple, and I'm super pumped for your big day.
Yeah, I know, I'm really excited. Honestly, I found Lauren like through Instagram, through a friend, and I had looked at so many photographers beforehand, but just something about like her work and I don't know, your friendliness like on the phone like really drew me to you. So we decided to go with her, and we just kind of had like our complimentary engagement shoot, which I'm really excited to see what the pictures turn out to be like. But yeah, so I guess just like really quick, why did you, I don't know, get into photography, and like what do you really love about weddings?
So I got into photography before even high school. Then I did darkroom photography in high school, and I was always like the one who like wanted to get the A+. Like I wanted my photography to be the best thing out of anyone in class, and it was kind of like, it was just I was just drawn to it.
Yeah.
So, from there, I didn't know how I could incorporate it in my life going forward, so I went into college and went to the University of Cincinnati, and I started exploring in the exploratory program what I wanted to do, and I found a photojournalism program. With that program, I essentially thought I was going to be a newspaper photographer, and then I dabbled in commercial photography, and long story short, I was asked to second shoot a wedding for a professor, and I just fell in love with it, and I was like,
so exciting.
I was like, this is so much better than any other kind of photography I'd ever dabbled in, and it was just my calling, and I found that it's very fulfilling, it's very rewarding.
Yeah.
I get to be with couples on the best day of their lives, essentially, and it's all happy moments. Of course, all wedding days come with their stress, but with my couples and my personality, I like to think that everyone's kind of chill. We're just very relaxed. I get very chill, fun-loving couples, like I said before, and it's always, it's very fulfilling. Yeah.
So. I like that. So this is her. You'll see more of her in our wedding stuff. So that's all. Bye.
Bye.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, right?
Yeah, and comment down below.
Comment down below. Yeah, and follow us on Instagram, because I'll be posting a lot of the photos that Lauren took of us, you know, from now until the wedding, and then also once we have our wedding, I'll be posting the wedding photos and also the wedding video. So that is all. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this was helpful. Again, utilize Google, utilize Instagram, just research, just call, get quotes, ask for recommendations, and you will eventually find the right person for you.
Instagram's huge.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Bye.